I know y'all ain't seen me in a while. Seen me in a while. But I gotta say good morning first and foremost before I turn the camera around as we go through this ride. I was watching, I see the protest is still going on. It looked like it's in Broadview and it looked like it's a bigger crowd. But I can't go today to go check it out because life is life. And listen, I ain't trying to be funny, but since they got some of the people out here, people been going to work. People got jobs. And I don't think the people in Broadway, they must have had their own business or whoever they are, they out there. But I ain't got, which I took the day off. Well, okay, so I'm really here to talk about last night's meeting in Harvey. I ain't had time to change the title because I said, let's see if this works or not. If you can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. And hello, the one person that came in. First of all, I saw the video and I got a message with a Harvey meeting. I saw it on Facebook, and I don't be on Facebook no more. That Facebook, you can have that stuff. I'll be on it for a little bit, but after that, I got to get off. I don't be on it as much as I used to, because shit is happening, right? So, I saw it around 2 o'clock yesterday. Now, I thought I was going to leave work early to go. But I said, no, don't leave work. Just stay right here. Because these folks, they got a job. And they trying to get funded for their job. And I'm talking about Harvey, Illinois meeting they had last night. And I'm going to do a video. I want to do it tomorrow or Saturday. As I said earlier, my grandfather's funeral will be next week. And I have family coming in next week. So I got to do some spring cleaning. Because I'm hosting. But I want to do a video. Because I talked about it a little. So it was very interesting to me that Clark had his broken out PD PowerPoint. And I said to myself, and I agree with Ryan because I listened to Ryan's video last night. Some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff he's saying about the past is true. Because as I had talked about it before with other people about the Cook County, those PIN numbers, and a lot of this stuff happened in 2018. So now it kind of makes sense to me that, oh, I want to go through this light. Hold on. It kind of makes sense to me why he was doing so much in 2018. Oh, I wish I could see that. Went through the light. What the fuck? I guess they late for work, right? So now it makes sense to me why so much was happening around 2018, because it looked like Kellogg, he must have been trying to pay something off, but I can't understand why so many loans were taken off different PIN numbers and off PIN numbers. I don't even know. I gotta figure out where they houses back then. But what I'm gonna do is this weekend is do a video. We are first gonna tackle one PIN number, and I'm gonna show you how misinformation is out here. Like they said, you gotta have a paperwork, right? So I'm gonna show you the paperwork and to track. Hey, listen. Hey, Sam's got gas, $2.64. I said, oh, I'm going to give me some gas. But yes, I'm gonna show you how like what he's saying, Clark is saying is true. I'm not gonna, but the way they going about doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want people to know, like, budgets, like, you know, the finance ain't talking to the controller. The controller ain't talking to the finance. They don't get along in Harvey. So that's another interesting tidbit. But I'm gonna show you this weekend, and then I'm gonna find one of those PIN numbers to show you that Harvey actually owns the property. So those two videos. This is gonna be in the same video about these PIN numbers, and I'm gonna put something out, to let you know when I'm coming live on tomorrow to show you, like, they asking for money, but they haven't dissolved all their assets to fund some of this stuff. Like, I don't understand, how did they in the world could they have a what's that called? They had a choir, some kind of gospel festival. Y'all paid. Now how do you have a gospel festival and you broke? That when I used to live in California, they call that flossing. You acting like you got big money, but then on Thursday you gotta have a meeting to say we ain't got no money. You just had a gospel choir and paid, I heard, $80,000, $30,000, $80,000, anything that got $1,000 to sounds crazy. Man, that's like you got a Louis Vuitton bag and you live in, I don't know what just happened, but my phone just popped off for some reason. Hey. Let's see. That brilliant? I think that's brilliant. When I get to stop, how you doing? About, and that's the crazy part. Why y'all having? This is the part I don't understand. They saying that was grants. All that wasn't grants because the grants didn't pay for. So you can see. Hold on. The grants did not pay for the people working at night. That those events, July 4th events. Now, in July 4th, I remember I didn't go to the carnival and I didn't go to the parade. I'm gonna tell you that off the rip. But I did go to the fireworks. Now it was a lot of people at the firework on each side. But then I saw they don't talk about that. And I had a video going on. They had the fireworks. It was almost a fire. One of the fireworks missed shot, whatever you want to call it. I said, dang. I mean, the guy said, oh, they don't want us to see this, do they? Sorry, just a bumpy ride. Yeah. And why was it at the church? Let me tell you, this is what I'm going to tell y'all. Since it's only 4 of y'all, because I know the one who didn't hit the like button, I know where y'all from. Because I sat in the row with, I was like, there were people, okay, let me tell you the people who were in the crowd last night. You had the front section of it was the employees. So that reminded me of, so the front section, all the employees filled it up. And that really reminded me, like when I used to work in corporate. Why at church? I don't know why. I'm gonna tell you why at a church. So I remember when I worked in advertising, and we used to have these yearly big meetings, and before in the yearly meeting, everybody from all over would have to come to these meetings, right? I used to come late because I didn't want to hear all that. Because they'll tell you all the good stuff, and then they're gonna tell you how bad they're doing, right? Or that's before they do the layoff. So you had at least 5 rows of employees in the front, and those employees normally at the meetings normally sit on the side when we at the village hall, the city hall. Then you had the fire department to the back. They were deep in the back on the right hand side. You couldn't see from the video. I don't know if Ryan had got a video picture of it. And then you had straight to the back, you had the police there. So to me, this was just a annual meeting for the employees. Now let me tell you who else was there. The Hallelujah crew, and majority was the Hallelujah crew. That's why it was at the church. See, the church works with the city. You know, I guess they don't want no problem, and you can't blame them. So they had it at the church. So it had a lot of supporters there for Clark were there. So that's what the Hallelujah crew was for. What else? And then you had them 3 letters people. You know, the other channel. I told him I'll never say his name on my channel. And you had people from his camp there, INA. They were there because I sat on the road with Sheila, and I took a picture of her too. They like doxing people. I took a picture, but I ain't put it out there like that. Woo, look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. He trying to get over. Oh, he need to get off the road. He got the flashes on. Yes. And they had them people. I saw 3 of them on the same side that I was on. I went back and saw the video because I normally don't watch their videos. They had people on other side. So they was like, if they not saying they investigating, they sure look like they stalking. I even saw it when she turned that video to you know, the survivor. I saw when she turned her camera. I didn't know who she turned that camera to, but I was like, when I saw her turn, because I'm like, I know she ain't recording me, because I don't even fuck with you like that. And I turned to look to see who that camera was going toward. It was either her or Ryan. FYI. You know, I don't care. What else? And then you had people from Harvey, you know, very few residents were there. Very few minute residents. Very few residents was there. Too. And that's why I said, that if I had not looked at Facebook, I would have never known that there was something going on last night. And then I looked at who else? And then I turned on my way home. I said, oh, Ryan. So the way they did it, only certain people would have been able to come. Because everybody's not on Facebook. I don't know why everybody think everybody's on Facebook. So just to put the information on Facebook is really ridiculous. But it was a special meeting. And to me, I was like, what the hell Tyrone Rogers talking about? I was sitting next to his wife. I'm like, y'all doing a bit much. When he came out, he sounded like he was still on medication. And to be honest, they should, they should, like, what is it called? Is he in his right mind to be voting? Because he said he was all doped up. Because what he was talking about had nothing to do with this meeting. But again, the Hallelujah crew was all over the room. But it wasn't a lot of that, though. Tyrone Rogers, and he called to order too. Like, how can that be? How can he call to order and he just admitted that he was doped up? I said, see, the only difference between Harvey and Dalton. Oh, I saw Kiana Belcher. She was there last night. I saw Stephanie Wiederman. She was there last night. I ain't get no picture. If I wasn't so right up on it, I would have took pictures. And most of the time, I saw when I turned my head, Belcher had her head down. So I'm not sure what was her purpose of being there. And then I was thinking, why Stephanie there also? This is a Harvey thing, not a Thornton Township thing. That's what I said. It had a lot of investigate people up in there. Interesting, right? what I'm saying is, if you are trying to do right by the people, do right. But like, don't bring drama, because as you can see, Harvey has his own drama. And to be honest, let me tell y'all something. So when I pulled up, because I didn't get there at about 7:06, they blocked the turn so you couldn't turn into the church. I said, it's okay. I just cut down another street and went through the alley, and I got in there. But if you didn't know to turn at a certain, because it looked like they wouldn't let more people in there. Now, you were wanded down when you got it in the into the church. Now, I was surprised. How could they ask the man to leave from the church? Like, they be doing too much. All that gangster stuff. We weren't on city property. It's like, when does the craziness stops? But back to Harvey's meeting. Look at his truck. Listen, it started at 5:30, and it was still going when I got there at 7. I said, gee, and you talk way too much. And you know, I took pictures of it, and I'm gonna show y'all the pictures I took too. I could barely see or read what that slide said. Some of them slides were clear, and some of them slides were not clear. Now, he would have to put a PowerPoint online so we can all see the PowerPoint. Now, that would be the most honorable thing to do, since you called this meeting. Like, I don't understand, like, how people, they going, yay, get him, hell, you know, he's doing right. But if he not showing you stuff, ain't nobody jumping on no bandwagon because you like somebody. I'm not jumping on no bandwagon because I like somebody. If you talking right, okay, and your action line up with your words, okay. But if you just like just saying stuff with no proof, and then you come off with some malice, really it sound like he had malice in his heart. Like, how much are you paying? And just think about this, saying that Harvey is definitely broke. So the question is, the same thing they did to Tiffany, why haven't they done to Harvey? Ask her, how much is he paying for his detail, his security detail? Clearly, if Tiffany spent a whole lot of money on security detail, what Clark's spending? How much are you spending on details? It gotta be a crazy amount. Gotta be a crazy amount. Because there was so many police cars out there last night. I said, yeah, I'm glad they had it in the neighborhood. But the funnier thing about it is the church was across the street. It's a house is across the street from a church. Shoot, the man I saw he was getting some out his trunk. Oh no. He was Hispanic. He wasn't at that meeting. And listen, you even had you even had the Muslim community out last night. So the people who normally doesn't come out, they were out last night. So I think did he lose the truck? I think that there was not enough. If it had been at the city hall, it wouldn't have been enough room in there for all the people who did show up. Because they must have had the nighttime employees come out too. They definitely had definitely all the employees were there last night. I think all the police, even the night shift police, was there. So it really was a meeting for the not for the people at Harvey, but for the people who work there. That's what it looked like to me. Now, I could be wrong, but I surveyed that room, and it was hilarious. Hilarious. So, you know, I got there around 7, like I told you. And he said, I don't know if I told my husband, but he said, oh, you think he was talking to you? Because I had just got a ticket for not having a city sticker. And when he said, oh, when I look around, I see residents who don't even have a city sticker. I'm thinking to myself, how you know? Because I sure didn't have one. And I wasn't going to buy one. I'm like, shoot, I can't get my alley fixed while paying money. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Our alley looked like somebody threw a rocket through it. And that's no exaggeration. I don't even go to the alley. I said, that's too much. But yet, it was just weird that he said something about that sticker, and I just had to purchase. And we had to pay the fine, too. So that let me believe somebody watches people's videos. Okay. Hold on, yeah. I got to get over. I got to get over 3 lanes. Okay, I need one more. I'ma read. They let me know they be listening and they be all on your channel. But I don't care. I don't be on here as much as I used to. Because real life be happening. I am. Are you sure? Oh, I'm sure that they watch other people's videos. I'm not sure. And then the sticker we got to buy another sticker in February. I said, God dog. And I tried to see, I ain't see nobody else on my block with a sticker, with a ticket. I said, okay. They know where I live, but I don't be saying nothing. But Tyrone Rogers looked like his time is up. He need to go sit down somewhere. Oh, gosh. Yes, I said, this is too much. I'm going to look for another yeah, so what else? So that's what I want. So that's what I said. So this weekend we're going to do another video. And we're going to really, I'm going to not get over there yet. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Tyrone, didn't he sound like, I'm like, what is he talking about? This meeting ain't even about you, boo. When his wife came in, she sat in front of me. I thought this one lady was Ramona. Then I realized, this ain't Ramona, that's that other lady. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he looked like he done lost a lot of weight. He looked like he needs to go retire somewhere. He said 74. That sounds like you out of touch. And let me tell y'all something real quick. As soon as I get the light, I'm gonna read the comments. Let me tell y'all something. Which is trip me out is folks be like, I'm born and raised in Harvey. I done lived in Harvey 51 years. If you done been there 51 years, you are 30, 20, 40 years, whatever you want to call it. Let me ask you a question. You ain't seen this shit go down? You ain't seen Harvey go down? And now you Harvey proud. A lot of y'all don't say nothing. Y'all just wait. Now y'all on the bandwagon with Clark. Sorry, I hate this thing just shaking like that. And now y'all want to act like, oh, I've been here for 50 years. I know where he lived in his area. I know you seen it went from good to bad. I ain't from Harvey. Lori Lightfoot ain't even from Chicago. So does it really make a difference where you from? Rep your city. Hey, Beth. Hey. Hey, Kay. Chris. Beth, Tyrone talks. It's always. Oh, that's Beth. Maybe the room in Harvey would have been. Yeah, it would definitely be too small. Thank you, Beth. I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, over 30,000 spent on a gospel fest. Y'all could have used that to pay somebody's salary. And to be honest, when I heard somebody, whatever her name is, the city manager, whatever she called, whoever she is, and she makes 6 figures, I thought to myself, everybody who make over 6 figures need to be fired or laid off. That's what I'm just saying. Because we can't afford paying anybody 6 figures, not in Harvey. Why is anybody in Harvey making 6 figures? Why? I'm trying to think to myself, why? Hey. I'm just saying, because I don't see it. Okay, make sure. Nobody in Harvey should be making 6 figures at all. What she say? Hold on. 65,000 a year, maybe. Maybe that's the cap for Harvey. Maybe. This ain't the city of Chicago. We can't afford these astronomical prices and salaries. How many people make it? They need to break it down. How much they make it? How much are they spending in salary? Because that's what they need that bond for, to pay these salaries. Really, our salaries. He should have been laid some people off. They should have took a moratorium on events. Like, we shouldn't be having events. I mean, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but we shouldn't be having events. Now, Ryan was saying last night, oh, look, I love to come this way. Look at the water. Isn't that gorgeous when you come over that hump? But Ryan was saying that Harvey, I would like an answer for this, to be honest. Harvey now the Mayor Clark says they haven't did a property tax increase. So if they haven't done a property tax increase, but Ryan said they actually have done a 4.99. Now, and I remember this from Thornton Township and Tiffany. Why is he Range Rover driving slow? As long as you do under 4.99, you don't need they don't need to vote on it. So apparently they're still doing it. Still doing they're raising the property taxes. And what are we getting for these property taxes? I want less administrative and more money go to the actual workers who does the work. They sound like this is a money grab. This is a money grab. He talking about he live in Harvey. He don't live. I don't believe he live in Harvey. I don't believe in Harvey. And I just think it's just all this is just messy. From Harvey, the City Hall, Harvey Park District, Harvey Library. All of this is a bunch of mess. All of this is just a money grab. I don't care what nobody says. It's a money grab. And to be honest, like Delaney Smith, I just be want to throw up my throat when she get to talking. And it's up against it's the black people who doing it. I said she remind me of somebody from a house slave. She sound like a house slave sometimes when she gets to talking to me. I be like, oh my God, just shut up. But she sound like a house slave and look like one too. I'm just saying. Uh-oh, I got to speed up. They want me out this lane. Hold on, y'all. And that's what she sound like to me. I'm like, girl, just shut up. And the other lady, I'm like, y'all act like y'all got blinders on and y'all just like, okay, this is it. But have y'all seen, they must have seen all the paperwork and they okay with what they saw. Because it seemed like we should have known what was the bottom line or what was in there before today. Oh yeah, I don't like her. Yeah, when I see and look at her, she open her mouth, I be like, Sometimes I try to figure out how do some of these people get into that office. Clearly. And then West Randall Air, I was like, you don't even make sense. Like, you ain't